The following stream contains mature content and subject matter. Viewer discretion is advised. It's a bunny watching. Would not be bunny. Well, hello again. So you've come to talk with your boy Twitch. Seems this coterie has finally managed to get their club built. Hopefully have things settled down a bit after the events of the Elysium a month ago. You know, I don't think things are going to quite go as easy as they planned. I don't think things are going to be as calm as they'd like. We shall see, shall we? Heard some rumors, though, that there was a meeting among the anarchs to talk about this particular coterie. Well, didn't start off to talk about him, but did seem that this coterie made him awful curious. And my informants also have told me they saw Eleanor, Jackie, Destiny having a little bit of a meeting, then going out shopping afterwards, almost trying to cheer themselves up after what they discussed, of all things. Interesting. Wonder what they met to talk about. Finally, rumor has it that Mr. Lamar Cade has somebody in the way of his future, interrupting his activities on the south side of Chicago, his gang-related activities. Now, I'm not going to say who may or may not be involved in this, but Tommy guns? Really? You should get with the times. Have some respect and use a modern weapon. What's next? Drive-bys with muskets? Now that you've come to see me again, I'm pretty sure I'll see you next week. It's your boy Twitch. We'll talk. And Tommy guns, I can't believe it's Tommy guns. That's not good. Good evening and welcome to McStabber Studios' Windy City After Dark. I am the storyteller, Shanky McStabber.
Hi, I'm Gavin, and I play Lamar Cade of Clan La Sombra.
Would help if I'm not muted. I'm Rylin Dare, and I play Jacqueline Durand of Clan Ventru.
I'm Urian, and I'm playing Roscoe Acres, Clan Tremere.
I'm Mandy, and I play Destiny Star Jones. Clan Toreador?
I am playing Jonathan Burke.
I'm Lady Merriwiff, and I'm playing Eleanor Thurston, Clan Malkavian.
And when we were last with this coterie all together, at least, it was about a month back in terms of kindred time and game time, where you'd have reported to an Elysium event that was unexpected. It was rather a bit of a surprise, and you were told there's possibly a pending Lupine war. Now, the events of tonight, of course, this picks up about a month after the Elysium event, and there's been a few changes with various projects that have gone on, but we're going to be picking up there. But first, Chicago. Ask someone to picture the city, and they will have trouble coming up with a concise description. When people think of New York City, they think of skyscrapers, subways, and muggers. When they think of Los Angeles, they think of sun, smog, and traffic. When they think of Detroit, they think of cars, factories, and decay. But for those of us who know, there's only one thing we think of when someone mentions Chicago. That's vampires. And tonight, we tell their story. for this night. What is the coteries' plans? Are they meeting up somewhere? Do they have plans?
Lamar's going to head to the steakhouse. He's going to get ready, and he's going to head to the steakhouse, see who is around and available.
When he gets to the steakhouse, if he goes in through the main entrance, he will see Jacqueline basically introducing Peter around as the new concierge.
When Lamar sees them together, he'll actually wait a respectful distance away while she is showing him around. But then if she looks in his direction, he'll catch her eye and then head on down to the clubhouse.
And I just pat Peter on the arm and say, basically, entertain yourself. And if someone asks for us, you come let us know.
Okay, Jackie, I think I got this.
I'm sure you do. Thank you, darling.
No problem.
And I head downstairs with Lamar.
Okay. Now, what's the rest of the coteries' plans?
Guess it'll be time for Roscoe to head down to the old steakhouse and see what the gang's up to. And I'll come in the back way.
So Roscoe's entering through the back way. Eleanor, did you catch a ride with Jacqueline when you came to the steakhouse, or are you still finding a way to get here?
I found my own way to the steakhouse because I had to stop on the way and get treats for those that partake of treats. It's been a while. So I have a little box, and I'm going to go in and bring them downstairs.
Okay. And it leaves Jonathan and Destiny. How are you planning? What is your plans to arrive?
I'll make my way to the steakhouse to the back way as well, holding a small box.
Okay. And that leaves Destiny.
Destiny would have started the night off checking in on the drug clinic that she had just opened, making sure everything was good there, and then heading to the steakhouse using the main entrance.
Okay. So I will let Lamar and Jackie have their intro scene, and as the other players are ready to have magically appeared or walk in, you can enter the scene. Turn it over to Lamar and Jackie.
Evening.
Good evening, Lamar. How are you?
Doing all right? That's the guy from that one time.
Yeah, Peter.
Yeah.
He is replacing Brockus.
Damn, life's rough. Harsh job market out in this place.
Yeah, well, I prefer to have eyes and ears I can trust.
Can't fault that. We should probably order a piece of that molten cake in case Destiny shows up. I think that's her jam. She likes that. That's what they call it these days, right? Their jam. I don't know. I'm still working on the lingo.
If you would like to order some, go ahead and do so.
It cannot come from me.
Oh.
She'll think it's spiked with like polonium or something.
Fine. I'll hit the button for Peter to come down.
Okay. It takes about half the time it took Brockus to normally get down here.
Of course.
When the head pokes in through the hidden entrance.
Peter, darling, could you go to the kitchen and grab a serving of lava cake?
Sure.
Thank you.
One serving?
Just one.
Okay. Be right back with it.
Thank you.
And you can almost hear him running back up the stairs to get the lava cake.
Mm-hmm.
When everyone gets here, a little something I got to bring to the group's attention just so that, so it's known.
Oh.
Yeah. But between you and me, I did a little bit more digging on the whole, that whole wolf pelt that they say it was tacked on the door of Jackson's business.
Mm-hmm.
And from what I understand, a guy named Boomer, he was one of us. Apparently, he ran into an arm of the Second Inquisition. They had him for a bit, but he was known to have some dealings with the Lupines. Not sure if that's a lead that we can follow, but if he's got something to do with them, maybe we can, serve that up to Alexa and her silver whip.
Interesting. Storyteller, have I heard anything about this, being that I've lived in this city for 15 years?
No, you haven't heard this guy's name. You have heard rumors that there was a kindred that was taken by the Second Inquisition. But you never heard, it wasn't talked about whether he got free or not.
Okay.
Probably because most of the kindred, just the concept of one of them taken by the Second Inquisition kind of gives you the willies.
That is very distressing information. I had heard of some time ago one of us possibly getting captured. Didn't hear anything about release, though. That's very, very distressing.
Yeah, I mean,
Is this
I
about
don't
a
know.
silver whip?
Hello, Roscoe.
Hey, how's it going?
Good.
It's the new kink with people who like to hunt werewolves, apparently.
So, things been going well at your shop, Roscoe?
They've been going, not particularly well, but business is down a little bit. But,
That sucks. Any new good reads come in?
No, I'm still kind of, and I'm stuck with still on the old one. Haven't seen it yet.
I doubt you will.
Probably not.
She's teasing you, you know.
Yeah, but I think I should be in the long game for this one.
I think so too.
I'm not real anxious to go say, "Hey, give me my book back."
Yeah, no, that would not go well.
No.
No, not at all.
Oh, very good, very good. Oh, hi, Eleanor.
Hi.
Hello.
Hey.
Oh, there are people here. Oh, I'm so excited. I have treats, but I don't have one for you, Lamar. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
I don't know what you like. And also, it might have looked a little bit weird.
Is it edible?
Well, this is, but you might get sick.
Thank you. It's the thought that counts. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, next time I might find something that you like. Maybe. I'm always keeping my eye out, you know.
I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart, the general area.
Anyway, and she puts down a box that has, and she opens it up, and it's got like little petit fours and cookies and little cakes and muffins and all kinds of whatever you like. It's probably in there.
Goodness, Eleanor, so much.
Well, it had been a while since, we'd really gotten together like this. Maybe, I mean, I didn't know if we were or not, but I had a feeling. And I thought, well, maybe I should get treats for everybody that eats. And then I thought, oh no, but Lamar.
Well,
one day, Lamar.
You really should try eating some. And teach yourself to eat so you don't stick out so much.
Perhaps.
Oh, really? Stick out that much, though?
No, he really doesn't.
Oh, yeah.
But
he does.
In social situations with Kine, you may stick out if there's food present.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I thought nursing the drinks would work, but you know what? I will work on it. I'll make it more of an effort.
It's just a matter of will, really.
I will keep that in mind.
Mm-hmm. Now, I will say, Eleanor, are you okay if whatever we don't partake of, if I make sure that the staff here gets it?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
I'm sure they would enjoy a treat.
Mm-hmm. And I wouldn't want it to go to waste.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure they get hungry working such long hours.
Mm-hmm. And I'd much rather them eat treats that we provide than eating the revenue.
Mm-hmm.
Did you bring any treats for our little informant? I mean, because I'm sure Destiny's going to want to.
Oh, you know what? I didn't think of that, but I'm sure they could have anything in here. Well, maybe not chocolate. Does chocolate make our little informant sick?
The muffins should be safe.
No idea.
I'll get a piece of muffin then. And I take a muffin and I break off a little piece and I go and put it next to where we know.
The little hole in the wall?
And the little hole in the wall.
It's not there, but maybe 20 seconds. before you see a little nose poke through the hole and grab it and drag it back through the hole.
Bye. Enjoy.
And at this point, the entrance opens and here comes a lava cake on a plate.
Woo.
Perfect. Set it on the bar, please.
Okay, Jackie, right over here. And he puts it over on the bar and puts it down, and there's a fork, a small dessert fork, and a spoon to go with it. He brought both.
Awesome.
Anything else? I'm upstairs.
Thank you. Appreciate it, Peter.
And he goes back through the door.
Yes, so Brockus is no longer employed with us.
Oh,
Yeah. I recognize the new guy, but what happened to Brockus?
Oh,
Or is he services just not needed anymore?
his services are not needed anymore. I had no reason to harm him. It's just that he wasn't required. As well as every member of the staff here has been replaced as well.
Oh, good idea. Good. No more no, and no one else, I guess, tattling to Sovereign.
And that we are aware of at this point. If I find out someone is, then we will definitely take care of that problem.
And then a bit of a quiet sets over the coterie as we wait for whoever's next to come wandering in the building. I do believe that would be Jonathan.
And I'll walk through the back entrance holding a like dark brown box with gold ribbon tied around it very intricately.
How big is said box again?
About a foot and a half wide across, tall. And I'll go straight to the bar and begin unwrapping it.
Whose head is that?
Inside is a
Whose head is that? Whose head is in the box?
it's a cake.
Likely story. Open the box.
I start unwrapping it, and you see a very intricately detailed ganache-covered cake with gold leaf in the design of the club.
Wow, that's fancy.
No, I was just messing with you, right?
Beautiful.
Well, I mean, if it was a head, you'd be the one doing it. Reasons. To enjoy. I had it commissioned in Lincoln Park. It's
That's beautiful. That's beautiful, Johnny.
Looks really nice. How are things going at ye old club?
where operations have begun. Expect it to be economically viable.
Fair enough.
And of course, there's a discreet entrance for our kind.
Awesome. You seen much interest in street traffic going by? Try and see what's going on inside, or asking about what's coming?
And especially with what we learned last time we were together, I think that'd be a good idea to see how the streets look.
Now, the club is it's had a soft open. It's not had its full, let's get everybody going. But soft opens are very useful for that, to check to see interest and to make sure the staff is properly trained. So now the coterie waits for destiny.
Did I miss the potluck memo?
I
don't
did
think
too,
there was a
because I
memo.
didn't bring anything, but I did make sure that you got some lava cake to enjoy if you want some.
We knew you were coming, so we baked a cake.
Multiple, apparently. There's a whole box of little cakes and a open box of a big cake. Are we celebrating something?
Well, the club had a successful soft open,
Well, that's good.
Of course.
and hoping for the grand opening, it will be a smashing success.
Hire dancers.
Well,
Have them dance outside to draw people in.
that's a good idea. You happen to know any?
I mean, I have some connections. I mean, Delilah's back in town, right? So she
Exactly.
can introduce me to all of them.
Exactly. Perhaps you can acquire some to dance outside.
Who's Delilah?
Remember, we saw her at the Elysium.
Oh, right. You're right. Okay.
I'm gonna start eating a piece of the cake, and if you notice, it is an opera cake.
Fantastic. Jack, you'll get a piece of that.
The cake is good.
Mm-hmm.
But now, I mean, you've all met during the previous month or so, but it's been intermittent as everybody was working on various things. It's the first time the coterie has gotten back together, at least this week so far.
Lamar, you said you had something you wanted to discuss with all of us.
Just some information to put out there on top of the issues with the whole, the lupines. Apparently, over on the south side there, looks like the Italian mob might be looking to start some trouble. I just happen to know some people around there have some interest there, and it's come to my attention that, you've got people shooting people down with Tommy guns around there. So if you're on the south side for any reason,
Who is this
be
individual?
careful. Who's the individual? Now, I mean, I've heard a little something, but
Well, tell me the rumors then.
I've heard that Al Capone, of all people, was one of us, and I'm not sure if that's a thing, that's really true, because that sounds like it'd be a big problem waiting to happen.
You have pissed off Al Capone.
Oh, so he's real.
Oh, very much
Lovely.
real.
So it's real. Lovely.
Yes. He is a Ventru. Of
Okay, that tracks.
some power. Based on his line.
Yeah, well, he's kind of, in the way. And I his time kind of ended a while back, but I thought it was an urban legend.
No. Well, I personally have no particular investment in him even being Ventru as he is, because he never should have been embraced.
I agree with that.
However, if you have pissed him off, not only is
Let me interrupt you, Jackie. As far as you know, he is dead. He can't be pissed off.
Oh.
He was killed during Jackson's takeover.
I thought he was dead, though.
Well,
Is one of his children or grandchildren picking up the torch?
I don't know, but that's the name keeps coming up, and the rumors they add up to some math that I don't like, that shouldn't be possible. If it's him, that's a problem for everyone in this city, and I know you don't like that sort of thing.
Remind you of our friend Benjamin that we had to take care of, that was supposed to also be dead, Jackie.
Don't remind me. It seems in this city, things that are supposed to be dead don't stay that way. Well, I can neither confirm or deny whether or not he lives. As far as my intelligence tells me, he died around the time Loden fell. And when Jackson took the Ascension. Sometime between that period. So, I don't know. I do know he has childer and grandchilder that are involved in mafia dealings, as the city is fucking run by gangsters and bankers.
If you can confirm or deny that as soon as possible, that would be that would be helpful. Oh.
I'll see what I can do. I'm not sure if my connections can be very useful in that, but either way, even if it is one of his people doing it, we need to up security in our domain.
I agree with that. I agree with that, and I think we should get on a plan for that ASAP. Up in security is important anyway.
Indeed.
With everything that's going on, can't be too careful.
We need eyes and ears that are loyal, that can report threats to us expediently. All over.
I can probably cover the northern portion of our domain. My clinic opened this week.
Congratulations.
How'd that
Congrats. How's that going?
I wish I could spend more time at it. I've been running errands and doing tasks. But it's good.
Good. Good.
I can probably get some people to look over the southern end of the domain. So we got the north and south covered.
Generally, the security at the club can handle the western, for the most part, keeping an eye on the general area around the club. Do you agree, Jonathan?
I have someone
Oh, you do?
with a set of skills taking care of that.
Fantastic. Brilliant.
Perhaps one day meet Mr. Green's son.
I do not personally have ties to security companies, anything like that. I contract like just about any other businesswoman in this city. That just leaves the east side of our domain, which is a vulnerable point if we do not have coverage there.
Roscoe, can't you do like some sort of blood hoodoo for it?
I can do limited stuff. I can't. I don't know that I can cover the entire eastern side.
What can you do?
Well, I can track individual people, but I don't have the really powerful skills that we're going to need for security.
And for your tracking to work, you would have to be able to visually image or think of the person you're wanting to track.
Right.
Roscoe has never met Al Capone.
Well, it's not a problem we have to solve tonight. I can put my people on it to see what we can do.
Okay.
Yeah, we've got to start so we can figure out in a night or two what else we need to do to tighten things up. Anybody got anything else they need to bring to the table right now? All right, good talk.
Now, I just, that's my primary concern is ensuring our domain is secure, because not just, with potential threats that you may have brought upon us, but also with the threats going on in the city overall. As I've said in the past, I do hope that we maintain a low enough profile that we do not hit the lupine radar. However, things being as they likely will be, our luck may run out in that area as things heat up.
Well, I'm sure we're on the radar in some degree because we did have that talk with Sylvia. So I'm sure somebody knows about it.
I'm certain that at some point an anarch or a representative of an anarch is going to show up and basically accuse me of setting her up.
Actually,
Well, then
Jackson has completely fucked me.
Well, then when that representative shows up, we'll just calmly and politely explain.
Oh, I'll tell them the truth.
Funny you mentioned somebody coming because your light started flickering. It tells you somebody's asking.
Eleanor, some of your freaking psychic stuff rubbing off on me, dear.
And the phone that's down there by the bar rings, actually.
I pick it up. Yes.
Jackie, there's a detective up here asking to speak to the owners.
Fantastic. I'll be there shortly.
Okay. Now, remember, on the deed, it actually lists Jonathan as the owner. With actually, it lists a shell corporation with Jackie and Jonathan.
Mm-hmm. Jonathan,
executiving it.
We have a detective upstairs asking for the owners.
Ugh, it's cops.
Y'all stay put. Jonathan and I will handle this. And I will rouse for Flush of Life.
Okay.
Same.
Okay.
And I go hungrier.
Beast whispers in your head. Don't worry about that. Let's just eat him. She was thin blood anyway. Why are you even worrying about what went on in Anarchs? Let's just go and feed.
I ignore it. The beast is off its game tonight.
Jonathan got hungrier as well. And your beast speaks. Fucking failure. You should have stayed with me. You should have worked with me. We could have run this city. But no. You had to turn your back and turn me in, you worthless shit. Then that voice goes silent. And when you come upstairs, there is a man wearing his detective badge. You can see it plainly. It's flipped out of his bifold in his pocket, so it's showing.
Detective.
Hello, are you the owners? Which one of you is the owner? I'm Detective Simpson.
Detective Simpson. I am Jacqueline Durand, and this is Jonathan Berkeley.
Pleasure.
I am Chicago Police, of course.
Shall we take a private table so that we can talk?
That would be great, ma'am.
Okay. And I will lead him to a private table.
Okay. Now, what all has been done with this steakhouse in terms of surveillance during these past months?
Oh, there's cameras. There are, yeah.
So is the rest of the coterie downstairs able to
absolutely
monitor these discussions?
Absolutely.
So I will assuming competence, that Jackie and Jonathan take them to make sure he's at a table.
Oh, definitely. Our private table for private discussions with Kine is monitored, and they can see it downstairs.
Okay, that's what I was checking. Ma'am, I'm not here for a social call.
I understand.
I'm here on official business. We've got an investigation. He pulls out a little notebook. We're investigating the disappearance of one Sylvia Roanhorse. And during our investigation, one of the places she was seen just days before she disappeared was entering the steakhouse, ma'am.
And was she seen leaving the steakhouse as well?
Yes, ma'am, but we're just trying to run down her activities to try to figure out what could happen. Could you give me any details about her visit here?
She came in, had a discussion with myself and Mr. Berkeley here, and then she left.
Do you mind, if it's not big inconvenience, can you let me know what you discussed? I'm just trying to do routine paperwork.
She was a reporter at the Tribune.
Yes, that's the ones who filed the
We are
missing
new
persons.
management at a restaurant. We had some potential for leads that she was looking up in, and unfortunately didn't find out that we had any leads that she could follow, so she left.
Yes, ma'am. Do you know, did she mention where she was going after this, or do you have any info about where she may have gone?
No, she's not someone I know personally.
Okay.
I only know her by reputation.
When she stopped, did she seem flustered, stressed? Anything? I mean, man, the problem is we're running into a wall here, and we're trying to find some info because...
What wall are you running into?
Well, we have her tracked to here. We've managed to run that far. And 2 days later, she was gone. And that's what we're trying to figure out is where that 2 days went so we can find out.
She wasn't seen anywhere else beyond here?
She was seen at her office twice, and that was briefly. But that was it.
No, she did not seem overly distressed or anything. She seemed very professional and dealing with business.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Right now, we're just classifying it as a missing persons report, so I'm just trying to get the info, but there's some pressure from the Chicago Tribune to figure out where she went.
Oh, I understand. Well, I'm very sorry that you couldn't find your answers here, Detective. I'm going to roll Mesmerize.
Okay. Actually, you don't have to roll. He is an unprepared kind.
Unprepared, okay.
As an unprepared kind.
So I'm going to mesmerize him and say, we were not involved in any way in her disappearance, and you will no longer bother us with this matter.
Yes, ma'am. I think I've got everything I need. And he actually slides a card across the table. If you find out anything or anything else comes up, let me know. Otherwise,
certainly
we'll consider this part, a dead end.
Thank you, officer.
And he gets up and proceeds to immediately walk out of the club or out of the steakhouse without much other words than that.
Well, wonder who will show up next. And I get up from the table.
I'll escort the detective out.
Okay. And he seems, as you've seen this before, slightly disoriented a bit because he's been hit with Mesmerize, but he walks right out and goes out and gets in a unmarked vehicle out front. It's Crown Vic of all things still. And proceeds to, it looks like he makes some more notes in his notebook out front. And then he just drives away. Jonathan, roll. God, I haven't played in so long. Wits awareness. I was about to say perception alertness or something. Wrong game.
Oops.
There we go. Let's see.
Ooh.
3 successes. Okay. Took that under advisement.
Jackie's heading back downstairs.
Okay.
I did do a rouse for that mesmerize because I knew I forgot to
it.
rouse, but it was a success.
So you escort him out, and I mean, you notice that Jonathan that it's a weekend, so it's a busy night. You don't. Ever since Jackie arranged to have the water pumped out from under your domain and have a lot of the Undercity closed up a bit to stop the water from refilling it, a lot less hostility around here. But something does strike you as odd as you're out there. There's more homeless than usual in your neighborhood. Not like crazy amounts more, but this isn't exactly a safe neighborhood normally for homeless. There's a few more than usual.
Interesting. As the detective drives by, I'll wait, and I'll go back inside the steakhouse.
Okay. And you all gather back in the bottom there. And as you were going, Jackie, Peter's like, is that the way you want me to handle this?
That's perfect. And
Great.
if by chance I'm not here and no one is downstairs, just, notify me by phone.
Okay.
Thank you.
And you all return back to the basement. The hidden speakeasy.
Oh.
Good stuff, Jackie.
Yeah,
Oh.
we saw you talking, but what did he want?
Looking into Sylvia's disappearance. This was one of the last places she was seen. She was also seen at her office twice between here and her disappearance.
Now, just so you know, Roscoe, it was mic'd up. You could hear what was being said, though. It might have been difficult to make fully clearly because it's a noisy steakhouse. There's a lot of background noise.
Yeah. But basically, I let him know the truth, that she was here for business and left, and then haven't seen her since in the steakhouse.
Okay.
And he won't be bothering us anymore.
He won't, but we're being encroached upon.
What'd you find? What?
We're having some additional destitute visitors in the area from what we normally have. Based off of what I know, one of us potentially has a contact into that. He'll look right at Destiny. Do you have any friends looking for you?
I mean, maybe. It's entirely possible that I have friends looking for me. When you say that there are destitute people...
He means bums.
Yes.
Damn, I wasn't going to say it like that, but...
Okay. I'll be right back. And I go out the back entrance.
Okay. And when you go out the back entrance, the first thing you see as you open the back entrance, on the wall across from the back entrance, is an oval with a K in it.
The minute she sees that, she's gonna see if there are any of the bums around.
The alleyway. Actually, I will let you roll. I've got to actually roll something different for this one because maybe you see the person. Maybe you don't. You will roll. I got to pull the stats, the dice pool up. That's not what I wanted. Powers. There we go. You might see somebody we don't know.
Ooh.
Okay, why is that power missed? Oh, I see why. There's 2 pages of powers. We've got so many powers now.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Great. I really hope I see this person with 2 pages of powers.
No, I'm talking in the book or the thing. You will use. Actually, do you have Sense the Unseen?
I don't know. It's been a really long time.
I know.
I have heightened senses, but
Might
no
smell
sense the
them.
unseen.
Nope. You don't have Sense the Unseen. You do not see anything.
Great.
If that's not ominous.
Good. I don't see anything, and I don't see any...
Now, we also do have security on the alley.
Yes, you do. Do you try to... Wait. You got to wait till she tells you she saw something.
But I didn't see anything.
Saw an oval with a K that was not there earlier.
Right. But I didn't tell any of them about the oval with the K yet.
Not yet.
So
they're just waiting to see what you're checking on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go see if I can find some of the destitute individuals.
The bums.
Well, when you come out of the alley, there's one across the street. Got him a little sign.
What does the sign say?
Help out, no job, need food. He's just sitting on the ground with a blanket. It's kind of cold, but he's sitting there.
I'm going to go over to him.
Can you help me out? Help me with some food.
I can help you with some money. I don't carry any food on me. You're always welcome to go pick through the trash of the steakhouse if you would like.
I'd appreciate it.
Why are you in this neighborhood? What brings you here?
I'm moving around. we move. I go neighborhood to neighborhood. When they run me out of one, I move to go to another, and then people run me out.
Okay. Have you ever tried the tent city?
No, I got run out of there a long time ago.
You got run out of the tent city.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't get along with them.
Why?
That's all I'll say. I don't get along with that group. So if you're asking me that question,
get along with that group.
I think if you're asking me that question, you know more than most around here.
No, I don't know more than anybody. I'm just wondering why you don't get along with a group of homeless people, and you'd rather just move from area to area instead of having a solid base.
If I'm there, that people take my stuff. People, let's say Tent City talks too much too.
Tent City talks too much. It is quite kind of noisy. I bring money there sometimes. I like to.
And he actually lifts his head and looks at you. I know Destiny. You don't recognize him.
Who the fuck are you?
I'm a watcher. I know who you are. Who your
Destiny
friends
has
are.
her hand on her knife, by the way. The minute that he recognized her.
I'm here.
Why are you here?
Checking things out. You've made waves. And so I was sent to check things out.
Who sent you?
You don't want that answer, do you? Are you sure?
Why would I have asked if I didn't want the answer? Who sent you?
The Pauper King.
The Pauper King. Is that who sent all of the destitute individuals that have decided to...
We haven't run off the normal ones yet.
You haven't run off the normal ones yet.
We haven't decided. I don't make decisions. I follow orders.
This is my coterie's domain. You will be running off no one.
Domains are what they are.
Are you actually hungry?
I'm always can eat. I'm always hungry.
Are you actually destitute? Are you actually
yes.
poor and without a job?
Well,
because I don't think you're without a job since someone sent you here.
Well,
Are you not getting compensated for that?
Get compensated?
Get the fuck off our corner.
I think I'll sit right here.
I think you'll leave.
I think it would go poorly if you tried to make me. Now, that's your choice. But the one-eyed king won't be happy if you run me off.
Where is the one-eyed king?
It's not your problem.
You're my problem. And he won't be happy if I run you off, so that seems like he's my problem.
Where he is doesn't matter until he calls an audience.
Until he calls an audience.
Can't be a king without a court, can you?
If you're crazy, you can.
I would be very careful using that word.
You're telling me that I need to be a lot of things, and I am just very tired of people telling me what I need to do and be. So here's how this is going to go. I'm leaving. When I come back up here, if you're still here, I'm going to make your life a little difficult.
Noted.
I'd like to not have to make your life difficult.
Well, if I'm not here when you come back, that's because I've gone to find out how the boss wants to handle it. But if I am here, let's just say you haven't convinced me. We'll see.
Would you rather I just make your life difficult now?
That's your choice. I can't choose either way. And I admit you can make my life difficult. You could probably kill me. From what I know of your kind, you can easily. But sometimes it's easier just to ignore the homeless than to start problems. You should know that.
I'm not one to ignore the homeless. I'm one to help them. Would you like to be helped?
Got all the help I need.
Then get out of our domain. Hope I don't see you later.
We'll see.
Destiny turns and goes back into the alley to go down into the speakeasy.
Now, everyone else that was in the building, security cameras do see Destiny talking to somebody across the street, but you can't pick up any audio. But as you see Destiny walk away, and you assume about the time she hits the alley, this individual hops up and scurries into the alley across the street. You don't know what she said, but he was in a rather hurry to get out of there. And then Destiny
I'm actually
returns.
watching the cameras for when she comes back into the alley.
Okay. Now you've got a bank of them. I mean, it's you see her enter the alley and start heading back down.
Nothing seems odd.
The camera angle, you can see there's a circle, an oval picture with a K in it on the wall now, because you notice it with the cameras as she's coming back through the alley.
Mm-hmm.
And Destiny, you see the cameras tracking your movement as you're coming in the alley.
Yes, after the big dog showed up unannounced, I wanted to make sure we had eyes back there.
And Destiny, you return to the downstairs.
And I'm looking at that graffiti on the monitor.
Yep, does not strike you don't know what it is. You've not
but
seen it.
it's new.
I'll look at Destiny as she arrives.
Mara will take a look at the monitor as well, look at the graffiti on the screen.
You don't recognize it either.
What is this, some new gang symbol?
I don't think it's new. I was told to
Destiny.
look for it a month and a half ago.
So, who's your friend?
Well, they weren't without a job. Their job was to come here and essentially spy on us.
Common tactic.
Who sent him?
Yeah,
He said a king sent him.
a king. What kind of king?
A king with one eye.
I will let anyone who wants to roll intelligence streetwise.
I have a specialty in gangs.
You can roll that. So many dice thrown every which way now. Okay, you double rolled intelligence. Try again, Roscoe. You trying to double intelligence everything. See what happens when you take a month off, you forget how to use fantasy grounds for the month.
Yeah.
Let's see, 3 for Lamar. That's not bad. 3 for Roscoe. That's good. 4 for Jonathan. Jackie got 1. So anyone who got more than 2, so the 3s and 4s, you vaguely heard of a gang called that talks about One IK, but you don't know any details other than, rumor has it there's a gang that, say they work for One IK. Though you didn't think it was a I, talking about an I, you thought it was an I, a letter I, and a K.
Sounds familiar. I don't know much about them, but I've heard about them out in the streets a little bit. Not sure what they're into or what they do, but some of the other gangs in town don't want to mess with them.
I know where we might be able to go to get some more information.
Where is that?
The tent city? Oneka told me to look for that symbol.
Do you want us all to go there, or do you want to keep your relationship more secure with him?
I don't think that he would be very happy if all 6 of us rolled up. Maybe just one of you want to escort me? But I don't need your help. It'd be more to placate your protective sensibilities.
I personally trust you to look out for yourself. Your survival instinct is strong.
Do any of you happen to have a wig on you?
No.
Rush out, we'll probably get one.
Should we start carrying wigs?
You don't have to.
If you'd like, I can take you by the cabaret. I'm sure we have some in the dressing room.
Yeah, the cabaret is closer than my apartment is, so
Certainly.
be good.
I can take you there.
And with this coterie getting some disturbing news that seems to upset Destiny a bit, finding out this, I think this would be a good spot to go to break, because anything that comes after this is going to take a number more minutes than this. So please enjoy the break with the awesome Carlene break music. We will see you in 10 minutes.
Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. I've always been the hunter, nothing on my tail. But there was something in you I knew could make that change. To capture a predator who can't remain the prey, you have to become an equal in every way. still you? Or is it me? Become the beast. We don't have to hide. Do I terrify you? Or do you feel alive? Do you feel the hunger? Does it howl inside? Does it terrify you? Or do you feel alive? Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. So embrace the darkness, and I will help you see that you can be limitless and fearless if you follow me. We are the lions in a world of lies. We are the predators, the hunters, the hunters, the hunters. Become the beast. We don't have to hide. Do I terrify you? Do you feel alive? Do you feel the hunger? Does it howl inside? Does it terrify you? Or do you feel alive? Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin to burrow within. Do you burrow within? Do you feel the hunger? Does it howl inside? Does it terrify you? Or do you feel alive? Allow me to introduce myself, though I fear you've heard my name, and that you've heard the story of Countess Bathory. History is stories told by the victors, heroic warriors, and mad kings. Will you hear my story from the lips of Bathory? They call me blood-sucking demon, queen of hell, sadistic killer, a monster tale, bathing in the blood of virgins, beautiful, drinking the blood of virgins, beautiful, the blood countess. Who is she really? Who is she really? Blood countess. Who is she really? Je blood Bathory. I was very wealthy and powerful, a widow with political rivals keen to destroy me and take my property. My plea was never offered. All my confessors were all tortured, or how they destroyed me for my property. They put me up, shut me up, shut me up, put me up, put me up, shut me up, and told a story of a bitch called Bathory, blood-sucking demon, queen of hell, sadistic killer, a monster tale, bathing in the blood of virgins, beautiful, drinking the blood of virgins, youthful, the blood countess. Who is she really? Who is she really? Blood countess. Who is she really? Je blood Bathory.
Welcome back. Before the break, Destiny had a discussion with a rather stubborn, destitute man outside the steakhouse, and we will return to this scene.
Jackie has grabbed her fur stole and wrapped it around herself, getting ready to leave. Eleanor, would you like to go with us?
Yes, but before we go, I'd like to try something out in the alley.
Sure.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Okay.
And I would like to go out to the alley and use Spirit's Touch
Okay. Now
on the graffiti.
For Spirit's Touch, you're going to roll intelligence and all specs. Of course, it does have a rouse check.
It does.
And, you know, that's not something that you normally do a lot of, is rouse checks.
I don't.
You rolled wits aspects. It's intelligence aspects.
What?
Mm-hmm.
I clicked the wrong one. Apologies.
Yep.
I did roll my rouse check, however.
Yep, and you succeeded, so your beast does not speak. I'm waiting for the day I get to talk with Eleanor's beast, though.
One day, probably soon. Okay, I'm actually hitting intelligence this time.
5 successes is still pretty damn impressive. You put your hand on that one-eyed K symbol. It appears to have been, from your look, spray paint. And 5 successes, huh? Wow. By the rules, if you were trying to figure out the surroundings in a 300-year-old letter, it would be difficulty 6 or higher. So you get a lot of good info out of this particular thing. It's not clear, but you can see the events surrounding this symbol here where there's somebody, they're blurry in your vision. They're not, you can't keep your eye on them as they move down the alley. And they actually used a small can of spray paint and spray it. And while they're spraying it, you can see them. They become less blurry, but you can't make out who it is. All you can tell is that they're wearing raggedy clothes, covered in dirt. And they spray this symbol on there. And there's an emotional attachment to it. Almost, it's hard to describe, but the best you could put it as if somebody who has praised a pet. Or somebody who has, rewarded a dog for doing a trick. And then this individual gets shimmery, hazy again, and you see him slip away down the rest of the other side of the alley and disappear. And that's what your spirit's touch show. And then you get a brief glimpse as Destiny comes outside, and then you're back in the current moment.
I head back inside.
What was it?
Someone. I couldn't see them clearly. I think they were obfuscated. They came and they were raggedy, dirty. Like I said, I couldn't see them clearly. They had a can of spray paint and they sprayed the symbol. And then they felt something like as if they'd been praised or rewarded, like a pet. Like, good boy. That feeling after they had done it. And then they left, and they were just there, Destiny, as you came out the door.
Does that trigger anything for me, storyteller?
No, but you do know now you can check your security footage because you know how long ago it was.
Okay. Just wondered if that feeling after doing something might have triggered something for me. Okay, so I will go back and check footage.
You all pull up the footage and you see, shortly before Destiny went out, there's a hazy blur on the camera, and you can tell there's somebody there, but you can't identify who they are at all. And when they get over and where the symbol starts to appear, they do form fully in plain view of where the camera can pick them up. But oddly enough, they never look towards the camera.
They know it's there, and I say that out loud. They know the camera's there.
Never look directly at it. And when they finish the symbol, they actually kind of almost wave their hand a little bit, which Eleanor, you did not catch because of the imperfect parts of this. And then they, once again, blur up on the camera to where you can't really see them well. You could tell somebody was there, but it's not right. And then they slip down the alleyway.
Very cocky. Interesting. Well, it seems all sorts of problems are landing on our doorstep now.
Lovely.
So, I believe I know Destiny, Eleanor, and Jackie were going to go together.
Mm-hmm.
And I will let Lamar was about to say something. Go ahead, Lamar.
So So have you ladies left already, or have the ladies left?
We're getting ready to leave. If there's something you want to say to us first.
If you all find anything or you need any backup, let us know.
Will do.
Otherwise, we'll probably. I think the three of us can work on the start of the security around here, or at least seeing if there's any other S2 people paying this place too much attention.
Good luck with that.
So Destiny and Eleanor and Jackie go, and Etienne
drives you over
to the cabaret.
Mm-hmm.
And I will let you three have a scene if you wish to discuss anything in the car. Otherwise, we will cut back over to Lamar and Jonathan and Roscoe. But if the ladies would like to have a talk during the ride, now is the time.
Do any of you have any eyeliner on you?
I do.
Of course.
Okay. And she'll take the eyeliner and take out a small mirror, and she's going to start adding wrinkle lines and just doing a light amount of disguising.
Mm-hmm. Do you want us to go with you to the tent city?
I mean, only if you want to go. I'm incredibly safe there. Highly doubt Wineka would let anybody do anything to me at all. I'm actually kind of worried that if you were to come, that he would let people do things to you. So it might be safer if I go by myself.
That's what I was thinking as well. So, okay. But yes, we should have various costuming accoutrements at the cabaret. And I'm happy for you to use them as you need.
You don't happen to have any silicone there, do you know?
Possibly.
Okay, I'll
We'll
check
see.
it. I don't need it.
Yeah.
I like to use a different face every time I go. Just it's kind of a running gag now between Wineka and myself.
We may have costume contacts as well.
Oh, I have. I mean, I order a lot of stuff. It's just all back at my apartment. I just don't have it with me. I wasn't planning on seeing Wineka tonight.
It's okay.
So. I haven't told the boys yet.
I know. And it's not my place to tell.
Is it still your opinion that I need to tell them?
I think you should, but you must decide how and when.
Okay.
It is not my secret to tell. It is yours.
Yeah. I feel like Roscoe doesn't hold that same opinion.
I agree. I agree. There would have to be understanding that what is said does not leave a circle of trust.
Or I could just not tell him for a little while.
It's up to you.
If it becomes apparent that he needs to know, then I'll tell him. Otherwise, we'll see how things go.
It is always your choice. But you were entrusted to me to ensure that you knew how to behave in social events as a high clan, and I'm going to be damn sure that you do.
Good. Maybe we could, maybe I'll tell Lamar and see if he could rack his brain for any of his, Sabat connections to find out who was in New York around that time. See if he might be able to get me in contact. with any of them.
Oh, let's hope not.
I don't know why we wouldn't want to hope that. That sounds like a grand old time.
I mean, look what happened to the last one we had around here.
That's the desired outcome.
I understand, but we already have an issue with Lupine. Let's not bring Sabat into it as well.
Do any of you have anybody who might have friends who are friends with Delilah?
No. I wouldn't. Wrong circles.
Yeah. Let me know if you do, or if you have anybody who can get any dirt on her. I asked Martin, but he's not had any luck bringing anything back as far as information goes. And as it is right now, I am playing slave. Makes it really hard for me to take care of my own stuff.
To where she summons you to. Pay attention to who she's with frequently. When you see her, pay attention to these little details. They are all telling.
Oh, I 100% am.
Good. But as far as I know, who I have access to at this point in time doesn't really have strong connections to New York. But I will try to reach out to some that I am not as closely connected to anymore and see what I can come up with.
Okay. Sounds good.
I've traveled a bit and know people who have also traveled a bit.
What color hair do you think I should go with?
Blonde.
I was thinking that too.
Okay. Sounds good.
You can brush it a little bit, make it look a little bit messy.
Yeah.
Why would I look messy?
Well, do you want to look super clean going into the tent city? That seems backwards.
I mean, that's what I usually do.
Oh. Well, then it wouldn't be backwards in that case.
I usually come dressed relatively nicely and I bring money.
Oh. Well, then maybe not teasing it up then.
Okay. Storyteller, I think we're here.
Okay, and you've arrived. And now we're going to flash to Lamar, Jonathan, and Roscoe. I know Lamar was talking about checking the security and figuring that out. What is your plan, the three of you?
So, you guys, with the magic and everything, I mean, I'll spend all that time studying the stuff set up in the club before it was the club. Tell me you got something. Anything we can use to kind of lock this place down a little more, at least maybe this place.
I'm going to, since we haven't fully fleshed that out, talk about something with that. With your other club, the repurposed words you've managed to tie to sets of coins that you can carry in your pocket that warm up the moment a kindred crosses the threshold of your other club.
I'll start rolling mine through my fingers. Something like that. But it only applies to the club. And I have someone there to make sure that security's maintained. Someone very capable.
Any chance they know some people who can help out with the eastern portion that we talked about?
Potentially in the future.
Well, we want to get that locked down now. I mean, as soon as possible. I mean, we've got the rack, kind of abutting us here, and if we don't get that handled, I mean, we can't necessarily stop people coming in and out all the time, but we want to get that addressed as soon as possible. I'd like to show the others that we're capable of handling a little something.
Well, considering what's on the east side, mostly restaurants and whatnot, then we're not going to avoid homeless. It's Chicago. You're just not going to not avoid it. Perhaps we can use it to our advantage.
What are you thinking?
Soup kitchen, shelter, something. And then just have a few of them that stay there every night that are our eyes. They hear things. I know they do. That's why the Nosferatu use them. Why can't we?
Good point. Yeah.
That sounds fair.
A full belly and a hot bed. Sometimes that's all you need.
What do y'all make of this One IK business?
Yeah, that's a little suspicious. I haven't seen that before. That symbol before. Have you, Johnny or Lamar?
First time I've seen it.
I haven't seen that symbol before, but I've heard a little bit about One IK. Not many people want to deal with them. They're kind of rough and tumble. We try to steer away from that.
I think it would hurt if, tomorrow night, I try to find out where that guy that was across the street a little earlier. I can illuminate his where he's been the last 24 hours, see if anything interesting shows up.
That'd be a good idea. Figure out where he went, and maybe if we can find out where his boss is, we can at least, if not pay him a little visit, at least give him a, hey, we know where you live. Stop showing up uninvited.
Or, at least knowing who it is he talks to. Even if we decide that action on our part's not advisable.
Sounds good. We'll pitch that to the rest of the coterie. Let them get their say in and go from there. I almost felt bad about Sylvia, what's her face, but I'm glad, Jonathan, you and Jackie went up there to talk to that cop. Real glad.
If things would have went bad, he wouldn't have remembered a thing.
I don't like cops at all. Can't trust them. Most of them are assholes. So, good thing y'all did the talking.
Fair enough.
Wits awareness from Lamar, Jonathan, and Roscoe. Oh, well, good thing bestial failures don't hit you on passive rolls because that would be bad. Jonathan, 5. While you're having this talk, you can see the security monitors out of the corner of your vision. But, it's every once in a while, I know you keep peeking at it. You can swear, though, you've seen the same limo drive by more than once. The reason you say that is because it's a limo in Wicker Park.
Is it slowing down or is it just doing the same speed every time it passes?
It seems to be going the same speed.
I think we have some company outside.
Mar will look at the screen.
Following your footage, you see it come down the main street. You've seen it take side streets. It seems to be canvassing the neighborhood, like driving back and forth up and down the streets, down the side streets. Like someone who doesn't know what they're looking for. They're just looking.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't look like a limo we'd recognize.
Oh, no, you don't. It's a limo in Wicker Park.
I think it's time we make ourselves recognized, guys.
How do you mean, Johnny?
We'll go out the front door.
You guys go out the front door. I'm going to head out the back and down the street. I want to see the path they're taking.
Okay.
So Jonathan and Roscoe go out front, and Lamar, you slip out into the alleyway, and the limo drives right past Jonathan and Roscoe. Don't stop at all.
Is it completely blacked out, or can we see in?
Completely tinted. I mean, matter of fact, you're pretty sure that's an illegal amount of tint.
How dark is it outside, and how many people are on the street?
Night. It's winter time. The street lights light it up a bit, but it's still a busy street. You've got a lot of bars and everything going. People tend to huddle around the entrances to the bars and not spend a lot of time just wandering because of the temperatures. Chicago in the winter. But it's busy enough that there's a number of people, but you're plainly seen. You two are.
Lamar's going to head down the block a bit, but he's going to try to intermingle with the people while he's looking for, he's basically looking to follow its path, like whether it's going to get up to the corner and turn.
Okay. I'm going to let you,
okay.
You're going to roll either, you can go intelligence or wits, or composure even with, you can go streetwise or subterfuge, pick one. Or sorry, streetwise or stealth. I'm going to be rolling against you.
All right. I will go with streetwise and wits.
Interesting. 3 successes. The vehicle drives past you as you're trying to follow it, and it gets down a block and you see it stopping. What are you going to do? You going to stay where you are? You going to try to duck back and get out of sight again?
Can Lamar see the license plate on the vehicle, or if it even has a license plate?
It has a license plate. You can get the license if you want.
He'll get the license plate number.
Okay.
And then he'll just kind of fade back.
Okay. Now, so you know the roll was a tie between your stealth and being unobtrusive and their spotting you. So that's why you had a chance to decide to slip back or not. You slip back down one of the side alleys, and Jonathan and Roscoe, you do see this limo stop for a second, slow way down and come to a stop, and then it starts driving again.
I'm going to kind of go toward the side of an alley, nearby where there's not a lot of people walking.
Yep.
And I'm going to feign like I'm smoking a cigarette. I'm going to wait for this limo to pass by again.
Okay. You see it pass by again in about 10 minutes.
Well, when it does, oblivion sight. I want to see if I can see into the car.
Very interesting use. It's very good. I'm going to let you roll for that because it doesn't necessarily see through the tinted glass, but you would be able to see clearly as it's coming at you into the compartment.
See through the
front window.
The front window. Mm-hmm.
Yes, indeed. But I will let you roll on this one. Intelligence, what do you want to roll with it? It's up to you. What you think fits.
What, awareness?
You can roll that if you want. If you think that'd be a good one.
Let's see. 6.
Very good. Impressive.
That's a messy crit.
But it's a messy crit. Now, one of the things about a messy crit is masquerade violation. In this case, though, you were trying to avoid people. Your eyes are clearly gone black. The limo, you can see the driver of it is got his hair pulled back, ponytailed. You can tell by the way he's sitting, wearing a suit. And you catch the glimpse of a passenger in the back seat for sure. You can't really see the divider seems to be messing you up, but the vehicle slams on brakes after it gets about even with you.
Well, as soon as I could start seeing the driver, or not the driver, the passenger, it's kind of blurry, or
you can see him kind of. You can't make out, even with the darkness, the light glaring off the windshield is kind of making it hard to get an identification. But there's definitely, it's a male in the back seat, and maybe a scar of some kind on him. Can't tell. But the vehicle slams to a stop.
Yeah. Would it stop and drop?
Right across from you, because it was about even with you.
Yeah.
And the back of the limo opens up, and a man steps out. You can't recognize the man. But to say he's ugly is an understatement. Scar, cuts on part of his face. Looks like he's had his nose broken 5, 6, 7, 8 dozen times. He's wearing an impeccable suit, though. Oh, good man.
Good evening.
Maybe you can help me find someone.
What are you looking for?
I'm looking for Mr. Cade, who I have heard is in this neighborhood a lot.
May I ask who you are?
Why, yes. Name's Killian. Killian Roche. Me and my associates have some words we'd like to speak with him.
What kind of words? If I may ask.
Well, judging by what I saw as we drove past, let's just say he's encroaching on some business, and we'd like to come to a business arrangement.
Do you have a number?
Reaches into his pocket, pulls out a business card and hands it to you. It says Killian Roach, MMA Promotions. It's got a number on it. If you see him, let him know.
Of course. I'll gently take the card, put it in my suit jacket. I'll have him get in contact.
Okay. Thank you. And when he grins, yeah, his teeth are kind of raggedy too. Not a good looking man at all.
Mm-hmm.
And once he gets in the back seat, as he's closing the door, you hear him pound his fist on the divider between them, and the limo drives off again. But this time, it doesn't turn. It drives completely out of Wicker Park.
Interesting. Look at the card again. Put it back.
What was that? Didn't catch it.
I'll take the card out of my pocket, look at it again, and put it back in.
Okay.
In the company.
Now, Lamar, you saw you'd slipped in an alley, and you came out just as you see Jonathan talking to somebody. And Roscoe, you on the street saw it. He was down the street from you a bit, but you saw him sitting there talking to whoever got out of this vehicle.
Lamar will walk up to Jonathan. So, who was our mystery visitor?
Killian Roche. You need to speak with him.
Supposed to be in Atlanta, that guy. He leave a number or something?
Yeah. And I'm going to take a mental note of what the number is. Take it back out and give the card to Lamar.
Sure. Yep. Killian Roche, MMA Promotions. That's all it says.
All right. Lamar will put that in one of his pockets. He say anything else to you?
Just that your business dealings, they need to come to an agreement with theirs.
All right. Got the license plate number for the limo anyway while I was at it, so. I guess we'll tell the ladies about this when they get back, but
perhaps. But I think that we need to check out the east side where we have the least amount of presence in this area, just to see if we have any additional unexpected visitors.
good plan.
Perhaps more of those symbols.
So the three of you go to the east side of your domain, and we're flashing back to the ladies. Now, of course, when you arrive at the cabaret, I think everyone here, all three of you have been here because Jackie owns it. Destiny had a rider last time she was here that actually she performs there now. So from time to time. So
from time to time when she feels up to it.
But when you go back into the dressing room area, there's lots of wigs.
Mm-hmm. Lots of
all
costuming.
Kinds of type.
And it's not just, like flamboyant costume. I mean, because
lots of wigs and costumes.
Certain performances are more subtle. So
you let all of your readers on the floor change outfits from time to time, and it's all part of the benefits package.
Yep. So
Destiny's
help yourself. Help yourself to anything that's not being used tonight. I just ask that you return it for laundering when you're done.
Okay. I think that this wig will work. And let's go businesswoman. And she'll put on a woman's business suit.
Got him there. It's not a problem. And you watch as Destiny dresses up, and while you recognize her, it's also not quite her. Anyone who doesn't know her very well would definitely have trouble picking out who she is.
Recognizing her. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You're really good at this.
Magnificent.
Lots of practice.
Maybe you can teach me sometime.
Sure. I'd love to try. I'm not really a great teacher. But sure. All right. I guess I'm off to go see a Picasso.
Would you like for Etienne to call you an Uber?
Oh, I can call my own Uber.
Okay.
Unless Etienne wants to.
He does what I ask him to. If you need his services, you let me know.
No, I think I'll be okay.
Okay.
Is there an ATM close to here?
Yes, actually, there is one in the front lobby.
Perfect. Oh, right. I got a whole bunch of dollar bills that last time okay, that makes sense. All right.
Yes, because the poker chips are only for the readers on the floor.
On the floor. Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
Destiny calls an Uber and proceeds to go over to Tent City. And I know Jackie and Eleanor, what are your plans now?
Jackie has not been able to spend as much time at her cabaret as she has wanted to. So Eleanor is welcome to stay as long as she wants if she's comfortable doing so, considering the environment. But Jackie's going to spend some time here because she's also going to partake of her herd while she's here.
Okay. So Jackie is spending at least a few hours there. It's not like she expects Destiny to instantly come back anyway from the Tent City. Now, what did you arrange any time where Destiny, is she coming back here? Is she going back to the steakhouse? What is the plan after Tent City? So I'm aware.
I only requested she return the costuming for laundering once she was done, but that doesn't mean she has to come straight there. She could deliver it to me anywhere.
Destiny would have, before leaving, told everybody that she'll text them.
Very good. So with Jackie staying at a cabaret bit, Eleanor, what are you doing?
I'm going to stay at the cabaret too, but I'm going to ask Jackie if I can stay in her office and read.
Absolutely, you can.
And it's a busy night. It's a weekend night, so the cabaret has a good crowd. Some the normal shows are going on where there'll be burlesque and singing, and in between the various shows, there's people who walk the floor who tell stories, erotically charged stories, most of them, for in exchange for the poker chips, which they buy in the lobby.
Yes, they do.
For a substantial price.
Yes, they do.
And we flash to Destiny, who's in an Uber and gets dropped off. As the Uber pulls up, are you sure, ma'am, you want to say exactly?
Oh, I'm doing community service of a sort.
I would think you'd pick a better community, but okay, I'm not going to question.
Penance, kind of. I don't know. I got caught doing something bad, and my parents they make me go and give back to the community, and this is how they want me to do it, to realize that there are people that are not as privileged as I am out there.
Wow. Sounds like your parents suck.
They do.
I guess I'll let you out here. Hey, remember though, 5 stars, right?
5 stars and here. And she'll hand him a $50 bill.
Ooh.
It's because you're not as privileged as I am.
Wow. I don't think I've ever been paid so much and insulted at the same.
Insulted?
You two, you don't understand. It's okay. Thank you for the tip. And he drives off, leaving Destiny right outside Tent City.
And she will start picking her way through the crowd, greeting some of the people that she's seen before, giving them some money, and heading towards Waneka's favorite bench.
And there's a number you recognize because you've been here often enough. You know a lot of Waneka's people. It seems tonight there's more than usual in the Tent City. Normally you're used to seeing a bit more than this around, or a bit less than this than what's in there tonight. It's not a large amount, but you keep a general idea of the estimates of the numbers he keeps. Seems there's more than you would expect.
Do I see a lot of unfamiliar faces?
They're ones you've seen, either here or other parts of the city, but normally they rotate in and out, but he has more than usual. Of course, it could also be that he has less at one of his other tent cities. Because there's 2 or 3, but this is the one he hangs out in the most. And as you get to the bench, as always, as you approach, he's sitting on his bench staring out over the lake as one or two, as you're approaching, you run up and whisper something in his ear and he hands them something and they run off again. And you don't have to get fully up to him before you hear, "You come to visit Pretty Nos?"
Of course I did, Picasso.
You made it past the first group before they recognized you.
One of these days, I'm going to get past all of the groups.
You'd be tough to get through that close to me. But I love the challenge, and I'm sure they and you do too. I would suggest if you want to sneak better, come from a different direction.
But that would take all of the challenge out of it.
Sometimes you just want to win. Have a seat.
But at what cost, Picasso?
Oh, you've learned there's always a cost. Have a seat and talk. You never come here unless you've got something to talk about.
That's not fair.
Well,
I just always have something to talk about when I come here.
Touche.
Correlation is not causation, sir.
When you see Martin again, let him know that Delilah will get nothing from me. He asked, and I decided.
Okay,
my services are denied.
I will let him know. There was a task that you set me to.
I've set you to a few. Which one are we talking in particular?
The first.
The circle with a K in it.
Yes. Why did you set me on that task?
Are you using your lore sheet bonus for this one?
Not yet.
Not yet? Not important. I just needed info.
What kind of info?
Where they are, who they are, anything.
Well, they're homeless that you've run out of the tent city, apparently.
We run troublemakers out that don't fit in from time to time. You can't have troublemakers in this kind of a community. Causes bad blood. I don't like the bad blood with mine.
They apparently are also able to use obfuscate to come and spray paint the symbol directly out front of the back entrance to my steakhouse.
Now that is interesting. Well, the question would be, why would they be doing that at your steakhouse?
Is this a question without answers? Or is this a question that you have answers to and you just don't want to answer them yet?
I don't know why they would be going to yours either way. Things I might not want to answer aren't about them in your domain.
Wineka, is this One IK business going to endanger myself and my coterie?
I don't know at all, honestly. Don't know who they are, don't know what they are. So, you will finally hear me say these words. No clue.
Wineka, I hear you say that you don't know. What do you suspect?
Let's just say when they roll into a section of town, my people roll out of the section of town, or I'm short people. Now, other than that, I don't know. That's why I want to know. I don't like my people hurt. I don't like my people threatened.
I know. The asshole who was out front of the steakhouse inside of my domain, he didn't really seem that he wanted to leave. He was told to watch us. I'll use that. I'll get you some info. If I can.
I would imagine
However I can.
Whoever's running this group uses his the same way I use mine. Some I give locations, people, areas. Others I just let wander and feed me info. I would imagine it's much the same. But
would you know anything about a one-eyed king?
That's odd. Rumors. I've heard of somebody mention a one-eyed king. But I hear there's things all the time. Matter of fact, there was another homeless, not one of mine, but one who likes to sit on subway grates. Everyone on the street calls him Twitchy. And he tends to pass rumors like that around.
Okay.
But I don't have any real... Hell, I don't know what this... We don't have kings. This is America. I mean, we have princes technically, but I would say they're decidedly not American.
If you think of anything that seems important, that could get myself or my coterie hurt, will you please tell me?
Of course. I don't want to see you hurt. We have a nice working relationship, and I hate losing sources like that.
Oh, come on, Picasso. I thought that we were more than just a working relationship. I thought we had a real friendship going on here.
You know what we are. You know what we do. We have the only friendships we can. And you know the truth of that.
Doesn't mean I can't try to change that truth.
You can try. It always ends the same way. Our kind don't make friends and keep friends. Not for long. But working relationships, those last much longer.
Sure. All right, well, I guess I'll be back to talk to you since apparently now I'm going to be the one providing you with information since you had no information to provide to me.
I wish I did, but again, where my people go, they're not. And when they move in, my people go away, which is why I actually asked you to look into it.
Yep.
And if I go, I don't find anything.
When your people disappear, do they resurface? Or are they just gone?
Some resurface, the ones who leave. The ones who don't. They, unfortunately, are gone.
Okay. I'll see you next time.
I hope so. But so you know, now that I know where they are right now, I may be trying to put some more eyes of a different type. Make sure your pest control don't get rid of all my friends. Well, Cedric's friends.
Okay, could you just make sure that they don't infiltrate any of the buildings that my coterie owns?
I can ask. I wish I could say I could stop that. But Cedric's people do what they want. And his pets do what they want.
Yeah, but there's supposed to be a club grand opening. If there's rats inside of the club during the grand opening, it's not going to go well.
You know, it's funny you bring that up because I was recently told by Cedric that his rats have been having problems getting into that club. It has piqued his interest a bit.
Shit. The club has piqued Cedric's interest?
Well, yes, anywhere his rats can't go. You've seen his rats.
I have. Okay. Well, good to know.
Now, I don't know what your business is with Delilah, Destiny. And for once, he's using your real name. But I will deny her my assets. But please be aware, whatever it is, I'm not involved. I'm not getting between you. Martin, I could read like a book. I know why he's calling the favors to deny her, and it's for you. And I don't know why. Frankly, I don't think I want to know why. But I will deny her as long as it's feasible for my continued existence.
Just for your information and for the information that you can pass around, Delilah's my sire. I thought that you would have known that. And you can just tell her to talk to me. And that you'll only talk to me.
Of course she's your sire. Both you and Martin have told me.
Yes. And she's not dead.
I got the impression from Martin that that's not a condition he was happy with. I read him very well. I've known him for a long time. But, again, I've said my part and my piece.
I'll let Martin know.
But you take care of yourself.
I always do.
I would not want our working agreements to be in jeopardy.
And I would never jeopardize our friendship.
Of course. And then you see him looking back over the lake again, staring off into the distance. And you catch a faint shimmer of something out in the lake. You can't tell what it was that he was staring towards. It's only for an instant, and then it was gone.
Wineka?
Yes,
What are you looking at?
the lake. It's beautiful, isn't it?
It's shimmering.
Don't know what you're talking about. It's a lake.
Is he lying to me?
Well, there you go. There's an interesting one to try to roll. You can roll resolve and insight against him.
Oh, shoot. I need to do one more. Wait, would this be secrets? Can I use my specialty in secrets?
Yeah, sure. You can use your secrets.
And we're going to willpower that. What the heck?
It's not going to let you because I rolled between them. So
No.
Just re-roll.
Roll four.
Okay.
No, roll 4 dice because that gives you your specialty plus your 3. You're going to willpower reroll. So just roll 4 dice.
Oh, yeah.
That's the way that will do it easy. If it'll let you
Okay.
roll 4 at once, I don't think. Yeah, well, 4 is one of the options. It's great. There you go. Just right click and
It's
pick the
rolling,
4.
but it's not actually like showing up.
Right click
Unless
the.
it's.
You right click the die at the bottom, select the 4.
Yeah,
It puts
did,
them
and
in the
I
hand, and
rolled
then
it.
click them on chat. There you go.
There we go.
Yep.
Oh, boy.
Oh, 1. It's not lying.
Cool. He's not lying. Okay, he doesn't. All right. Yeah, of course. Of course. The lake is beautiful. You're right.
It is. It is. I sit here and watch it most nights. Have a good evening. Pretty nice.
Good evening, Picasso. I'll see you again soon.
I'm sure. And he goes back to staring at the lake. And Destiny, of course, you plan to text the coterie once you left?
Yeah. I would text them. Not much info. Headed back to the steakhouse.
Okay. And for the Lamar and Jonathan and Roscoe, you've been exploring the east side of it. Yeah, it's a lot of restaurants. Number of homeless there too. I'm not talking oppressive amounts, but more than you used to.
We see a good spot for the soup kitchen.
There's a number of empty buildings you could put a soup kitchen into. You think the neighbors that run restaurants might be a little upset at that, but there's a number of places you could put one.
Do any of the homeless stand up?
I'll let you roll wits awareness to see.
Sure.
Are there any musicians or buskers that are crowding around in the area?
There's A couple on the corners, it's cold out tonight. There's not many as on a warmer night, but one or two bundled up like they're, out in the tundra somewhere because Chicago. And 3, huh? Yep. And nothing stands out other than, there's slightly more than what you would normally see. Especially with the cold like this. Normally they start going towards the homeless shelters in the depth of Chicago winters. I guess that could make them stand out a bit more than you would expect on a cold night.
Are they gathering in groups, kind of huddling up, or are they kind of separate?
It's funny. They're not gathered together. Spaced out a bit.
And with the guys that are spaced out a little bit, are they just kind of like sitting down, or are they standing around?
Most of them are sitting with some boxes, blankets wrapped up. Some of them you see with a lot of newspapers and on them with blankets on top of it. But most of them, none of them seem to be asleep. And most of them seem to be watching the traffic patterns in the roads and the sidewalks, paying attention to the neighborhood.
Mm-hmm. Go up to one of them. Doesn't matter. It's one.
Ain't changed.
Kind of cold tonight, ain't it?
Really cold. That's why I want some change. I might be able to go get me a coffee down the street.
A little busy out in this part of town for y'all, especially when it's cold as it is, ain't it?
We're trying to get, there's food over there. When they close the places, we'll go. A couple of them over here like to pass out things from the scraps from the kitchen at the end of the night. And word got around.
What place?
A couple of these over here that not the bar right next to, not the bar right there, but the Chinese place right there, the sub shop down a little bit further, they'll give us leftover.
Best of luck to you in your endeavors tonight. Then I'll make my way on.
And as you're walking off, you hear a mutter, "The endeavors have paid well." And as you're wandering back, you get a text from Destiny. Of course, all of you get your text. Jackie's been at the club with Eleanor. Does Eleanor and Jackie have a talk? Eleanor's been in the office reading. Yeah, but
she's been in the office.
If Jackie and Eleanor wish to have a talk before, or you can have a talk riding over. Of course.
After I find a particularly sentimental herd member, I have a little snack on him. Only take 1 dot.
Okay.
And then I head back into the office after I speak with my manager to make sure everything's been going well.
Okay.
And head back into the office.
And of course, when you get back in the office, Destiny's reading. What is Destiny reading?
Not Destiny, Eleanor.
Or Eleanor. What is Eleanor reading? Sorry.
She has been carrying around a couple books in her bag, and the one she is currently reading is a particularly, one might say, trashy paranormal romance. And she's currently flipping through it. Jackie, when you walk in, and she's kind of got this look on her face, and she's kind of
like she's really like she's trying hard not to be into it. Does it bother you so much?
Just the parts when they're like this and they bother me. The rest of it's fine.
I take the book from her and read what was bothering her.
It's basically like a sex scene. That's not super graphic, but it's
I get you.
Ramping up, and it's one of those that seems to come in the middle of a scene that looked like it was talky and very sentimental, and then it's just there.
Yeah.
And it's not.
And And I kind of flip a page back to see what led up to it. And I flip a page. Some of these writers, they don't understand how to write romance.
Yeah, and this one was like highly recommended. And it's kind of terrible for that. The other parts are fine. The beginning was really good.
Yeah.
I mean, the ghost characters are really funny. I do enjoy them.
Yeah.
The vampire is hilarious. For obvious reasons.
Yes. Of course.
No masquerade breaches here.
No. So, did you get the text from Destiny as well?
Oh, yes, I did. I did see.
I'm pretty much done here. If you want to head back, we can.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm ready to head back.
Okay.
Was business good?
Yes, it's been wonderful. And, well, my fans were happy to see me because I haven't been here as often as I'd like.
Oh, I'm sure they were really happy to see you then.
All right. And so I will take her by the arm, and we will walk out and have Etienne drive us back.
Okay. And Etienne drives you back to the steakhouse. Now, Lamar and Jonathan and Roscoe, you were all together when you saw Roscoe go talk to the, we're going to call him the destitute man for now.
Roscoe didn't talk to anybody.
I'm sorry, Jonathan,
Johnny.
I'm having a bad night for names all of a sudden. All of a sudden, I was doing good up till here, all the way till now.
Like Planet, at least.
But you saw him talk to him, but I don't know if you're going to discuss back at the street or you're going to wait till you get back to the steakhouse. But you did get a text from Destiny. She's on her way to the steakhouse.
Oh, time to head back.
Hopefully it wasn't obvious that all three of us got a text at the same time.
I mean, it would have vibrated. Whether you all checked it at the same time, different discussion.
Mm-hmm.
But Lamar's came later than the rest of yours.
Well, of course.
His was about 30 seconds after you got yours. Then his starts vibrating all of a sudden.
Okay, he'll actually check because that could be anybody.
Nope, it's Destiny. Definitely, she's on her way back.
Yeah. I think it's time we head back.
So
I'll start making my way.
You start making your way back. Now, the three of you make it back first. Jackie and Eleanor would probably be there next because of the distances involved with the club. And Destiny would be the final one to arrive because of the much longer distance out to the tent city.
But as we make our way back, I want to see if the destitute in the area are like evenly spaced out or if they're congregating more.
It's funny when you ask that. They're spaced out enough of them that anywhere you can see one, you can always see another one. No matter where you're walking, when you see one, you can see another one, not near them, but you're always under the eyes of more than one, which is odd, especially in the cold winter. Now, you've been around here recently in your domain. This is a very new thing, like tonight, new thing.
I'm waiting until we get back to the club or the steakhouse before I say anything.
Okay, well, you three arrive, and if you want to wait for the rest to get there, you can. Otherwise, you can have a scene. It's up to you.
And wait.
Okay, so
as we are driving, do we notice on the border of our domain that the homeless are picking up?
When you get to your domain, yes. Now, you don't see any outside. The club, your cabaret does not have an increase. But the moment you get into the boundaries of your domain, you see a notice increase. It's only your domain, it appears that they've, if you want to use the word targeted.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Eleanor. When we were dealing with the asshole that we'd got rid of in our domain, I'd made the acquaintance of a cop.
You did?
I may need to nurture that relationship.
Yes, I think so.
That's definitely
There are quite a lot of unhoused people.
Indeed. I believe I will nurture that relationship. He did give me his number.
Yes, he did. And you arrive at the steakhouse. Etienne drops you off, gets the door for both of you. And then he tells you he's going to be parked in his normal location.
Perfect. Thank you.
And you
Do keep an eye out. I worry that there are too many eyes around.
I always keep an eye out, ma'am.
I know you do.
That's why I'm still here.
You are wonderful, and I appreciate your service.
Always glad to be of service, ma'am. And he goes and pulls the vehicle over to the garage across the street.
Mm-hmm.
But he generally either waits in the car or goes into a lounge area that was installed just for waiting drivers.
Mm-hmm.
Because this may be Wicker Park with bad areas, but that steakhouse is actually
top notch.
Always has been an oddity in the neighborhood. And so the 5 of you are there. Now, if you wish to wait for Destiny, we can wait for her to arrive, or you can have a private talk. I guess.
Jackie looks very contemplative as she comes in.
How'd it go, ladies? Oh, wait, Destiny's not with you. All right.
No, she'll be here soon, I'm sure. She needed to dress up a little bit to disguise herself. Definitely an issue. Too many eyes on the streets.
Yeah, we saw that too.
Yeah.
This is just the beginning.
Absolutely. We have an incursion, gentlemen.
And it all has to do with that. And then I'll point at the monitor where it's still on there. All have to do with that. We've got to put an end.
I need to know everything that can be found out about this individual.
I plan tomorrow night to trace where he's been, so we'll know everywhere where he came from and where he went afterwards.
Perfect.
And at this point, Destiny arrives.
Who's that?
She does.
It's you, Destiny.
You recognize her, but she does not look like normal.
That's really good.
Only got me past the first group this time. I didn't get much. He doesn't know much. That's why he wanted me to look for the symbol. But apparently, where that symbol happens, his people tend to disappear.
And the contemplative look on Jackie's face now becomes a resolute look. Then I have a phone call to make at some point. Probably early next evening. I think it's time I didn't nurture a relationship with a cop. Run some homeless out of our turf.
But what if instead of running them out, we found a way to make them ours?
But when you start saying people start disappearing,
that's not something.
It changes the game.
Mm-hmm.
Just disappearing.
It from let's cultivate this and use it to our advantage to get them out now.
Yeah, the sooner we get them out, the better.
Lamar, would you happen to have any contacts with less than savory characters that could assist in running them off without any of our gifts being used?
I know some people. but I'm a little hesitant to use them, to ask him to do such a thing.
Then I'll go the legal route. They're loitering.
Well, I do know that the Chinese restaurant and Subway, they're the ones that started it. Supposedly, according to one, leaving out scraps. So, getting into that.
How about some nasty cases of food poisoning?
That would be good. Perhaps some health inspections?
Perhaps you could bring some of your little friends, Destiny.
Oh, speaking of friends that are little and not my friends, Cedric is really interested in the club. That might be a problem.
Oh, I have a feeling why.
Yeah.
Did he?
That right, Roscoe?
Well, then I suppose he'll just have to dress up and show up.
In person.
In person.
His little friends won't be making an appearance.
No.
That's just... We won't have to deal with that again.
That'll make him really happy.
I bet.
Oh, well.
Hey, Jackie, quick question for you.
What's that?
You ever heard of a guy named Killian Roche?
Yes, I have. Grandchilder of Al Capone.
He's the child of Frank Gallen.
He's Frank Gallen's childer.
He came looking for me tonight after y'all left. We'd like to have a little talk about the South Side, so he says.
Haven't met him personally. Only know him by lineage, of course.
Trust me, it's a face you won't get.
That's a fact.
Is it one only a mother could love?
Not even that.
Oh, jeez.
I don't think nobody could love that.
Oh, well.
If a mother's love is a sledgehammer to the face, I guess.
My clan isn't one noted for judging based on appearances. It's mostly about capability.
Well, he was well dressed, but face.
Thought I'd ask because.
So what I know of him is just bare minimum, really. I believe he works in fight promotions. He might have. I don't know. I imagine with what we can do, he probably fixes fights for the mob with his mob ties. I don't know. But I have heard rumor that one of the up-and-comers of our clan has basically put him under her finger. Fiorenzo Savona seems to be very interested in him.
Now, you all know varying degrees about her, but what you do know of her is she is a power player, an up-and-coming power player in the Camarilla, and has her fingers in a lot of shit.
Wait a minute. Isn't she the one that Tally basically tried to...
Yes, and failed.
Tried to mine. Yeah, he tried to
and failed.
Tried to dominate her.
And failed.
Did not take that well.
And failed. Yes. Yes, she is something else. Truly a woman after my own heart, really. But she has him in pocket, I believe.
Interesting. All right. Well, I was going to figure out when I should speak to him. Or if, but just wanted to see what I could learn before I set that meeting up. I'll let you know how it goes.
Indeed.
So, if the coterie has no other business, we will be able to end this episode here. Anyone else of the coterie have something they wish to share before we end? I will always want to make sure everyone gets to discuss what they need to discuss.
I would like to premonition.
Of course you did. We made it all the way to the end.
We made it to the end.
But go ahead and
It's
roll
the
your
first-
premonition.
The first episode of the season. We gotta
That's
do
right.
it. We gotta set the, the tone.
Let's see what you get.
Did it roll it?
I don't see it.
I don't either.
I don't see.
Let's try again, shall we?
It says, "Oh, we're not sure we want to let you roll."
It's like, no, you don't want to see. You don't want to know. Oh, okay.
It's the curse of Steve Perry has influenced even the Fantasy Grounds itself. And because I said that, look at how many dice successes you got.
Yep.
Always in motion in the future.
I am willpowering.
2 successes because I invoked Steve Perry's name. 4 successes. And everyone sees Eleanor's vision fade. And this whole sequence of things you see. You see an old wolf leading a pack. You see an old wolf brought down by other wolves. You see him dying. Then it starts over again. You see an old wolf leading a pack. You see an old wolf being taken down. Then you see the old wolf crawling from under the bodies of those that he took down with him, slinking off into the shadows. Then your vision shifts suddenly, and you see a lake. It's a lake you recognize. Something's looking back at you. Then your vision fades.
Eleanor, are you all right?
The wolf's back. No, that's not right. It was never gone. I remember the wolf, old wolf, and falling and then the bodies and then crawling out from under it. I saw that again, but more because I saw the old wolf leading a pack of wolves, and then the wolf was taken down and died, and then the old wolf leading the pack and fighting, and from underneath the pile of corpses, it crawls away. And then I saw the lake.
What about the lake?
It was looking back.
The lake was looking back?
It was looking back. Something in the lake was looking back.
Was it like a shimmer?
Jackie rushes up to Eleanor and basically wraps her arms around her.
And Eleanor, in answer of Destiny's question, it wasn't a shimmer. You didn't see exactly what was looking back, but you knew it was looking at you.
I don't know. I didn't see. I just saw the lake, and then I knew that something was. And I'm holding on to Jackie. I just knew I could feel it. There's something. It was looking back.
God damn, that lake's going to be a problem, isn't it?
Have you considered my offer?
Yes. I think I'd like to accept.
Come. And I take her back to my private room.
Okay. Now, this is where we're going to end this episode with Jackie going to an offer she had made shortly after the events of the Elysium. And Jackie having a plan to remove some homeless from her domain with a judicious use of
Police force.
Destiny, I think, steps away a bit disturbed by that last part of the vision. Because Destiny had her own thing that she caught an eye on. Jonathan and Roscoe. Roscoe's got a plan for the next night to track this individual. Jonathan's plotting how to get rid of this Chinese restaurant to put a stop to that little gathering. Lamar apparently has attracted the attention of some well-connected individuals. This is where we end it. Of course, I would like to thank everyone for coming to see the Season 2 premiere of Windy City After Dark. It was a bit of a break that some of us needed, me in particular, but we are glad to be back. Of course, everyone gets the 2 XP. If you're watching now, go to the Discord. Go to Chi-Town chat. Guess what? Vote on who gets the viewer XP. We will tally the votes tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern, which is a Monday, and to find out who gets the viewer vote so that the viewers will be spoken. So you can vote for the viewers for any reason, for no reason. Just you can't give it to me. You can't give it to the creature in the lake or whatever it is. And please don't give it to the homeless guys or 1IK, because that's going to be a bit too much. If you like what we're doing, give us a follow here on Twitch. If you're on YouTube, you can give us a subscribe on YouTube. It's free over there. If you really want to support the channel, subscribe to the channel here on Twitch. If you want to give something to the players, all bits and donations in the stream go to the players, not to the studio. That's a way that the viewers can show appreciation, that the players get something. Maybe they can buy a coffee, maybe they can buy McDonald's, or maybe not, whatever. We don't do this to make money. We do it to have fun and enjoy what we're doing, and to play games with an amazing community, that too. If you want to check out some great streams, check out our friends list. Whole list of people over there. Put on great content. There's quite a number of them in there. So I will now let Jackie there, Verlin, tell us what's coming up this week on the studio.
Yeah. So after today, on Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern, Tamshu will be running his Hunter the Vigil 2E stream over on the Onyx Path Twitch channel. It's called Stuffed. That is a very dark and twisty game about mortals that are aware of supernatural beings. And there's teddy bears. So you'll want to tune into that at 8 p.m. Eastern. We will be hosting it here at McStabber Studios. So if you land on our page and see it hosted, you can easily do a single click and go straight to that site to watch it. On Tuesday, Tamshu is back again here on McStabber Studios running Darker Waters. It is a 7th Sea adventure game. Not pirates. It's more so a 7th Sea naval adventure, but it gets a little dark. I mean, they have some threats that they deal with out on the ocean there. It's a great game at 8 p.m. Eastern on Tuesday. Then Wednesday, Episode 5 of Wraith, Life Derailed Season 2. Midway through the season. 8 p.m. Eastern. You don't want to miss it. It is a very informative episode coming up next week.
5 is even darker.
Yeah.
5 is an ugly, I already know 5 is going to be very dark compared to the previous episodes.
Yeah. There's going to be some dark shit. And I'm sure some hard lessons learned.
Because Isaac wandered off again.
Uh-huh. And then on Saturday, Tiss is running her Blades in the Dark serial game at 3 p.m. Eastern. So you'll want to turn into that. It is definitely an awesome heist game. I am actually in that one with Plague Win and Ebon Blade, Shade Moraquenda on Twitch.
Which you would have seen in the intermissions.
Yep. And Raven is in it too. We basically get into lots of trouble, get lots of loot, and get lots of power. It's awesome.
And fountains get
get vomited in. And yeah, it's fantastic. So that's at 3 p.m. on Saturday. And then, of course, on Sunday, the 28th of February, we are back with episode 2 of Windy City After Dark Season 2.
So thank you all for coming. And I'm glad we got the table back here tonight for the Season 2 premiere. And hopefully everyone enjoys this season. You're going to see a lot more of the twining of the backstories. and a lot less episodes of, I think, of them going, well, I don't like you. I don't trust. Well, nobody trusts Roscoe. He talks too much. But you're going to see some more about what it means, I think, to run a domain. And Jackie's going to have the cops start running shit out. That's not right. It's not right.
She said she was going to gentrify this place.
And we're going to see how many other ways we can call a homeless person homeless without calling them homeless. We got destitute. We still haven't hit economically disadvantaged yet, but we'll get there.
Can we start a bingo board?
We can do that. That would be funny. Pop on the
center
Discord.
will be bum.
Pop on the Discord. Tell us what should be on the bingo board for how we describe all these one-eyed K's people.
Yeah.
Why not?
Why not?
Why not? And as Chop,
because Jackie's a little savage.
They're bench warmers. That's what it
Optimally
is.
challenged.
and as Chop says, mental health is a serious matter. Please check in on your friends, check in on your family, check in on loved ones. Make sure they're okay. Do not assume those around you are okay, because odds are a lot of them aren't. And if you are somebody who suffers from mental health issues, or even if you normally don't, but the stress of what's going on gets to you, please reach out to somebody, talk to somebody, get help. You can't carry it alone. Nobody can. And it's important to make sure that you take care of yourself, take care of those around you, because we're in this together, all of us. So from McStabber Studios to everyone out there, and from all our players and viewers, good night, everybody.
Good night.
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 Night.